So we've been monitoring the rise of tomosynthesis because it's not every day that a new modality appears in radiology. It was first approved by the FDA in 2011, and some of our clients were really early adopters, but they were using the proprietary workstations that came with the modalities themselves. And then gradually over time, things like the economics behind it and reimbursements and more wide-scale adoption, and most importantly, the DICOM standard caught up so that third parties can exchange DICOM images for Tomo without loss of information. So the culmination of all of that resulted in us coming around to developing it at this point. Right, so in the past it was really just the ability to, from a DICOM perspective, accept these images, store them, and then auto-route them or do query retrieve and usually with a third-party diagnostic viewer, something like the Hologic workstation. You could look at these images in InteleViewer, they would display, but it was missing a lot of the advanced functionality to support diagnostic workflow. So what we've added now is all of those tools to support radiologist needs. So really what we had was clinical support, if you will, and now we've added all the diagnostic functionality. So the main features are really all surrounding diagnostic workflow. So we've had the capability to display images, but what we didn't have were the tools that surround automation. So for instance, in our layout protocols, we weren't able to lay these out along with the 2D images, line chest wall to chest wall, all the things that people expect from the mammography package for regular 2D images. So we needed to basically extend the module to incorporate volumes, which was something that our mammal module never did before. So cine features, measurement features, being able to interpret data that wasn't there before and display it and basically make use of it from a diagnostic purpose. And as well being able to interact with the volume as a 3D object like a CT. I'd say the key benefit for this module is really the benefit in increased detection of lesions. I mean, that's really the whole motivation behind moving towards tomosynthesis. Our module will allow our clients to interact with this data alongside all the 2D data in a way that they're used to working. So all of the reporting workflows will be available to them as they use this tool. As well, when communicating to referring physicians, all the support for this type of imaging data is built in, and therefore it just becomes another type of data that we can make use of within our entire end-to-end workflow. And I think the other big advantage over a workstation-based solution where you're licensing one workstation at a time is that we sell this as a site license. So once you've licensed the module, any user who has access to InteleViewer has access to the ability to see tomosynthesis images and interact with them. I mean, there's two problems. There's having to buy every radiologist a second workstation dedicated to tomography is expensive and takes up a lot of space. It's also a workflow problem because now they're switching between two workstations, and a lot of times the standalone workstation, the specialized workstation, doesn't have a reporting piece, doesn't integrate with the referring physician's portal. So there's a lot of workflow efficiency to be gained by having the tomosynthesis functionality built right into their main diagnostic viewer. So I mean, that's the key benefit for radiologists. And I mean, ultimately the downstream benefit is just quicker turnaround time for reports, less cost and less overhead for the organization. So about a year ago, we added backend support for the DICOM subclasses, and then we backported that functionality all the way to PAX 431. So pretty much most PAXs out there are capable of receiving and archiving this data, and have been for a while now. And then on the front end, InteleViewer has to be 491 and up. And so the combination of the two will give you the DICOM and the diagnostic capabilities that you require to do diagnostic reporting for tomosynthesis.